Hey, what's up guys? Matt here with Fix Anything, Save Money. Today we are going to be showing you how to replace the LED driver on my kitchen LED light. So a while ago the light started going out, coming on whenever it wanted to, and then eventually it got worse and worse. And then you can see here, when we flick the switch, nothing comes on at all. And it's funny, it will go on after like 8 hours. It finally will turn on. So what that kind of told me was that it wasn't the LED strip. So there's an LED strip that runs along the perimeter of this light. And my theory is if that's broken, that would never turn on. But after like 8 hours, it does turn on. So I already took this apart, and there's something called an LED driver that's inside of it. So I went and found a very similar part. I couldn't find the exact driver, but I did find one on Amazon that looks very similar. And there it is right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take apart this light again, and then we're going to replace that driver and see if that fixes it. So we'll just show you really quick the tools we're going to need. So obviously the LED driver, a voltage tester is always something handy. You either want to turn power off at the breaker or at the switch, and you want to use this to make sure you don't have any power going to your wires. A flathead to remove the screws that are holding that light up, and then a wire stripper. I already went through and stripped these wires more. They only were stripped about that much originally, and that wasn't going to do me much good when I have to wire nut the new one back on. So I went ahead and stripped them out more, and for that I used the 16 gauge. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop this light down, take it all apart, and I'm going to show you how that works. So you can see going up the light, there's 2 screws on this side, and then there's 2 screws over on this side. So what I'm going to do is just remove these 2 screws first. And I might even cut the camera and come back because it's difficult to do while holding the camera. Okay, so we went ahead and removed the 2 screws on this side, and I did it on this side strategically because I wanted to drop it down and kind of have it hanging there to expose these other wires that we'll show you right now. And this is where you want to make sure your power is turned off, either at the switch or at the breaker, and then just take your voltage tester, make sure your voltage tester is on, and then just probe around and make sure you don't have power going anywhere. And we don't. So now all we're going to do is take a flathead and loosen this grounding screw right here, untie our ground, and then we're going to undo all of our wire nuts, and then we'll go over to the other side of the light, and it's 2 more screws to actually remove the rest of the light. So you can see we have those wire nuts off, and then you want to take note of how they're hooked up because you want to hook them back up the same way. So on this, the black wire goes to the red, and then the white goes to white, and then we'll grab a flathead, remove that, and then we're just going to go on to the other side. There's 2 more screws. We're going to remove those, take the light down, and then we're going to look at it in the shop with a little bit more light. There's, not great light in here right now because this light's out. Okay, so you can see here, we got the light down, and you can see the bracket that's used to hold that in place. And I'll show you kind of what I did. So I ended up taking these 2 screws out, and then the whole light kind of dropped down just like that. And then I just kind of held it down with one hand. And then I took a flathead and I loosened that, and then just unwrapped the grounding wire from that. Okay, so now we'll cut down to the shop and we'll show you kind of what this looks like and how to replace the actual driver. Okay guys, so now we're down in the shop and you can see what the old one looked like. Now it's important, you're probably going to be taking this down temporarily to kind of match up these drivers. So that's kind of what I did. And you can see here, the input on this is 100 to 277 volts. And on this one, we're at 120 volts, 0.37 amps. And this is max 0.5 amps. So we know this is going to be a decent sized driver replacement. So all we have to do now is just pretty much swap these wires out. You can see we're a little bit different here. On this, we're going to be matching the red to the red and the black to the black. You can't really see it, but it's a black wire down there. So we're just going to be cutting this right here and splicing it with wire nuts. And then here, we're just going to take note. So our load is the brown wire and our neutral is the blue wire. So that would be the same here. So here, our white is the neutral and our load is the black. So all we're going to do is cut these, you know, wherever we want. We could cut them right here on each one. And then we're going to go ahead and actually splice them together. And for that, you could use your wire cutter, your wire strippers. They have a nice little cutter on them. Okay, and then we could cut this cloth up just so we have more access. Okay, so there's our black wire. And I like to have a decent amount of wire showing so that my connection is always strong. So when I strip, I usually err on the side of stripping, you know, a lot, just because I can, when I wire nut it, you want to make sure you don't have any exposed wire showing. And you can also, I like to actually electrical tape over my wire nuts. So now we're just going to strip these again with this 16 gauge setting. Okay, there's one. There's two. And then we'll just twist them up. Okay, so there's what that looks like. And then we're just going to take a couple extra wire nuts. And we're just going to tie the red to the red. Just like that. And then the black is going to go to the black. Just like that. And then we'll take our wire nuts, twist our wire nuts on till they're good and tight. Okay. And then we're just going to take some electrical tape and we're going to tape our black one. And this is more of a safety precaution than anything. And it also minimizes the chance of any wires coming loose. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing with our red. Okay, so now we have our new driver installed. You can see this old one was kind of held on with just some sticky tape. I just peeled that up, and the way that this sits, you know, you don't really need to have it secured down. You could put some adhesive right there, but I'm just going to leave it like that because it's going to be sitting up, and this is just going to be sitting when it's, you know, when it's installed. So we have our ground still, and then like I said, this is going to go to our red wire when we hook it back up. This is going to go to our neutral, to our white wire, and you might have a different color configuration. You know, when you take yours off, the wire might be black, and so you would be hooking this brown up to your black for your load, and then your blue up to your white. That probably won't change. It's going to be a white wire that you're hooking into for your neutral. But just take note of the way things come off. Make sure you put them back on the same way, because, you know, there's a lot of different applications and a lot of different scenarios that you could run into. So what we're going to do now, we're going to lift this back into place. We're going to wrap this around that green ground screw, tighten the screw, and then we're just going to install the screws this side first, and then we're going to leave it hang, push it up. We're going to leave it hang, and then we're going to wire nut these two together, or not these two together, but we're going to wire nut, like I said, the brown to the black and the blue to the white in the ceiling, and then we're going to lift this part up, put the other two screws back in. So we'll cut the video, we'll do all that. I don't think you need to see all that because you kind of saw it when I took it apart, but we'll cut the video and we'll show you what it looks like. Hopefully it turns on and we have a fixed light. Okay guys, so we have it back up. We first hooked up the ground, just kind of holding it with one hand and tightening this ground right here we just wrapped it around that screw, tightened it all the way up, made sure it was really tight, then picked up this end right here, lifted it up, put our two screws in. Again, sorry about this dim light. And now all we're going to do is take our, like I said, we're going to take our blue, hook it up to our white, and our brown, hook it up to our red, wire nut those, tape them just like we did on the other ones, and then we're going to pick this up and put our two screws in through here into here. Okay guys, so we have it all assembled, and now we will see if it's going to turn on. Okay, so you could see that was the issue. It was the driver. I mean, I guess the other thing that could have went on it was the LED strip that went around, but I feel like that would have just completely went out if like a solder connection or something broke. So the fact that it was going on after a random amount of time, sometimes it'd be an hour after you turn the light switch on, sometimes it'd be 8 hours after you turn the light switch on, that told me something was going on in the actual LED driver. So we bought that, replaced it, fixed it. So if you guys have any questions at all, be sure to reach out in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, if this video helped you out, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to check out all my other tool and DIY videos. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.